What's going on YouTube? I am Zach from Team Shadow Realm, and I'm coming at you guys with another video. This video is going to be the top 10 fusion monsters in Team Shadow Realm's opinion. Keep in mind, this is opinion based, so yeah, opinion alert. If you have a difference in opinion, feel free to share your difference in the comment section below. Maybe make your own top 10 and we'll check it out. Anyways, let's get right into it. Number 10, Five-Headed Dragon, and I have this simply because we have, what, 3 players in Team Shadow Realm that play Blue Eyes, and they always have, each one of them has a one Dragon's Mirror in their deck, just to get a Five-Headed Dragon late game, and it always kills me, just because I think I'm doing well. I have them in a really tight spot, and they got like 200 life points left, and then I have like 2,000 life points, so I'm like, I'm good. I summon Dark Magician, or like something stupid like that, and I'm like, all right, declare direct attack, like that one ad, and then they're like, no. Five-Headed Dragon, and then they kill me, and then I lose, and then I get sad. Coming up at number 9, we got Thousand Eyes Restrict, and that's because it worked really well with Instant Fusion. Instant Fusion made this card really playable because it basically just took any monster your opponent controls, and it got rid of boss monsters like a charm. Next up, I'm looking at, on number 7, Fright for Tiger. And that's because, well, I am the resident Fluffle player, and yeah, Fluffles is one of my favorite decks, and I had to include a Fright Fur, and so I was thinking what my favorite one was, and it's probably Tiger, just because Tiger made that deck so much better when it first came out, because I've been playing Fluffles since day one, and it kind of sucked back in the day, but I thought it was the GOAT. I was like, Wolf can attack 6 times, but he still has 2,000 attack, and so he would still die. But Tiger makes it so that you can have your 6-time attacking Wolf, but he can attack directly. Chimera Tech Fortress Dragon is coming in at number 6, and basically this card was really good in the Cyber Dragon era, because if you're playing against a machine type deck, then you had the game, because you could just tribute 1 Cyber Dragon and then any of their monsters, in which that worked charms against boss monsters. So please, like the Cosmos or anything like that, they would get destroyed by that. Next up, I'm looking at Gemini Seraphonite, and this is the Brilliant Fusion card, and it was really splashable in a lot of decks because it basically just granted an extra normal summon to whatever deck you wanted to put it in. Next up, I'm looking at Elder Entity Norden, and that was back when it was unbanned. It just recently got banned because it was really good, and it started to get ridiculous with the dinosaurs, which I also play. Yeah, it worked with Instant Fusion, and basically it's just special summon any level 4 or lower from your graveyard back. You could synchro with it, you could Xyz with it. It was a free whatever you wanted. Coming up next, I'm looking at Masked Hero Darklaw. Masked Hero Darklaw made the hero deck playable because what it did was basically it let the hero deck go first, and then they would just plop a Darklaw on the field. Darklaw Turbo was one of the most cancerous decks to play against back in the day. And basically, Darklaw, what it did is it makes your opponent not be able to search safely, and it also, any card your opponent would try send to the graveyard, it would get banished instead. So a lot of decks didn't have synergy with the graveyard, synergy with the banish, so it would just basically make it so that card's dead for the rest of the duel. Coming in at number 3, I am looking at Chaos Ancient Gear Giant. Sorry, I have a tough time saying that for some reason. And basically that card made the Ancient Gears playable because what it did was basically it's now Ancient Gears are competitive because they can summon Ancient Gear Giant by just getting 4 Ancient Gears, and it was able to attack every single monster you control. It does piercing. It's the same with the rest of the Ancient Gears where you can't activate effects until the end of the damage step, and then also it was unaffected by spells and traps, so that made it extremely hard to get rid of unless you had a monster that could pop everything or like a monster that could somehow swing over its 45 beat stick. Number 2, I am looking at Starving Venom Fusion Dragon. This card is, in my view, pretty insane because it's pretty good in like a lot of dark decks. You can just have a polymerization in there, and it'll work really well because it's 2 dark monsters on the field, and basically what it does is when it's special summoned, actually, you get to target 1 special summon monster your opponent controls, and it gains attack equal to it. And I believe it has 2,800 attack to start off with, so it already has 2,800 more than like whatever your highest monster on the field was. And then also it has another effect where it can target a level 5 or higher, and then it gains the effects of that card for the turn, which is already pretty insane. And then to finish it off, it has, when it's destroyed, you get to destroy all special summon monsters on your opponent's side of the field, I believe. And so, in my opinion, that is an extremely good card. And number 1 is Merkaba, the Eidolon Beast. I most likely just butchered that name, but like, don't worry about it, because I'm not an Invoked player, but I do play against Invoked a lot, just because it is the meta. Invoked zoos, yeah, a lot of those. Basically, Invoked Merkaba, yeah. Merkaba, it's basically a free neg every single turn, and it's insane, and it's really hard to play against. And yeah, I basically just skip every time I see it. So yeah, that's the top 10 fusions in Team Shadow Realm's opinion. And if you liked it, like, comment, subscribe, send your friends to the Shadow Realm.